The L-sit is a basic static gymnastic skill that places a complex load on the entire body. It helps to train the nervous system for the more advanced moves and can be learned relatively quickly. You can experience its useful transfer effects later, so it's recommended to learn it before any celebrity exercise. It develops scapular stability, shoulder and core strength, which are the most important areas not only in gymnastics in general, but specifically in static skills as well. You can perform this exercise on parallettes, parallel bars, or even on two chairs, on the floor, or rings. Performing on parallettes or chairs is generally more beginner-friendly as it allows more space for the legs. With this exercise, you will first experience what it's like to hold your entire body with straight arms and contracting several muscle groups at once. You have to contract your muscles in a certain position. There is no change in muscle length during the exercise, you just need to maintain the tension at a certain point continuously. This will be a significant strain on your nervous system at first. That's why I mentioned that it's worth following a reasonable order with the static exercises and work with progressions, which I will show you the best techniques for in just a bit. However, before we dive into the L-sit, as with every exercise in support, it's important to prepare your wrists, elbows, scapulas, core, and shoulders. I've made separate videos about these, and you can also find content about many important joint preparation exercises on the channel. Basic posterior mobility is also necessary for the L-sit. Most people struggle with the stiffness in the calves or hamstrings. You can use several exercises and methods to develop posterior chain mobility. I've already made videos about this before. You can find the links in the description. So if you have a basic mobility, your joints are prepared, especially your scapulas with depressions in support, and your core, hip flexors and quads with seated leg raises, then you basically have everything for the perfect L-sit. The challenge is to connect and activate the areas I mentioned at the same time. During the L-sit, multiple muscles are working together. The pectoralis major and latissimus dorsi work together to pull down the arms and shoulders during scapular depression. The trapezius retracts the shoulders and elevates the chest. The abdominal muscles fix the position of the hip through their contraction. The hip flexors and quadriceps assist in creating hip flexion while also ensuring knee extension. The triceps ensures a tense extension of the arms. The forearm muscles help to maintain balance and stabilize the position, and the calves help to tighten the muscles in your legs and stabilize the whole position. Before we dive into the progressions, let's take a look at the key points of the L-sit. Get in support shoulder width or slightly wider on the floor or any equipment I mentioned. Lock your elbows. Depress your scapulas and keep your upper body in a neutral, straight position. Don't protract or retract your shoulders. Concentrate on depression only. Keep your head in line with your upper body. Raise your legs closed, straight and tight. Your legs should be at least 90 degrees to your trunk. Keep your upper body and hips in line with your arms. From the side, your hips should not be behind the line of your arms. When you're raising your legs, your pelvis may move backward, but avoid that and push it forward in line with your arms. In the right position, you'll feel your triceps contracting even more. Breathe through your nose during the exercise, don't hold your breath. This is the correct execution. In many cases, people just need to give it a try, and surprisingly, they can maintain a decent L-sit on the first attempt. The preparations I mentioned earlier greatly help in doing the exercise correctly. But if you need progressions, I'm going to show you the most effective ones right now. During the L-sit, the biggest challenge is to hold your legs fully extended with the proper scapular strength, so we need to think about that, get familiar with the position, and lengthen the leverage while building the strength. The first progression is the alternating leg raises in support. This progression is a good introduction to the full L-sit. It's low intensity, so you can pay attention to the details. Lock your elbows, depress your scapulas, and do alternate leg raises with tight, straight knees and pointed toes. Do at least 10 reps, each leg 3 times. The second progression is the tuck L-sit. This is the first basic step where you need to hold your full body weight, but for now, only in a tucked position, following the previously mentioned key points. The more you tuck yourself in, the easier it becomes. Here too, pay attention to the key points I've mentioned. Don't let your pelvis to move backward, and do 20 to 30 seconds hold 3 times. The third progression is the half extended leg L-sit. In this progression, with one leg at the time, you can extend your legs to the full L-sit position. You can do dynamic reps or static holds with each leg. Do at least 10 to 15 seconds hold each leg 3 times. The fourth progression is the knee extensions from tuck to L-sit. After the half extended leg L-sit, this is another transition to reach the goal. Here, you need to do knee extensions from tuck L-sit to full L-sit. Try to hold the full L-sit position for 1 to 2 seconds each rep and do 6 reps 3 times. The fifth progression is the leg raises to L-sit. You can do this on parallel bars or even on parallettes, where it will be a bit more intensive due to the smaller range. Here too, try to hold the full L-sit for a few seconds. Do at least 6 reps 3 times. After these progressions, you should be able to hold at least a few seconds L-sit. If you want to increase the hold time, a great method is to decrease the leverage in a set. So if you're able to hold the L-sit for 3 seconds, then immediately after that, bend one of your legs and hold it longer, then bend both tucked in and hold it a bit longer. With this method, you can strengthen your muscles and nervous system to get used to the longer time under tension. I personally consider 15 to 20 seconds a decent level. Of course, you can go up to 30 seconds as well. I don't think going beyond that is reasonable. If you want to master the joint preparation basics I've mentioned within a comprehensive program, as well as build static and dynamic fundamentals and advanced skills in a complex system that has been successfully used by thousands of people, download the Gymnastics Method app in the App Store or Google Play Store by clicking the link below, become a member, and get full access to all programs, tutorials, daily workouts, and much more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you haven't watched my earlier videos about joint preparation and basics, watch them on the end screen now.